Bill and Mike are walking down the sidewalk. Mike says to Bill, "If you can guess how many donuts are in this bag I'm carrying, you can have them both." Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Hello everybody, it's Lee Wright, and today I thought I'd talk about why I think writing is important. It's probably a simple question, but I've gone ahead and complicated it more than maybe it warrants. Literally since the beginning of recorded history, people have been writing. In fact, we have, ancient hieroglyphics, Norse runes, the Dead Sea Scrolls, all those things from ancient peoples who've set down recorded histories, but not only histories, works of entertainment, myths, the Greek pantheons, the Egyptian gods, the Norse gods, all those things, essentially the first comic books. Especially the Egyptians, they wrote down so much that today we know most of their history, even though that was thousands of years ago. We understand their mythology and we understand what was important to them. Like the Egyptians, we also have the Norse histories and stories. And also something special, I think, that we find in the Norse stories, and I'm not saying it's not in Egyptian stories, but the Norse stories, they actually seem to carry some virtues in them. It works to inspire other people to live better lives. And the question comes up, why was this so important? Why did they go to such efforts to write this down? Painting the hieroglyphics wasn't easy. They had to mix that paint back then, and these runes carved into rocks so deep that we're still finding them today. That took a lot of effort. And why did they put that effort in? Why was writing so important to them? They didn't need to do it for entertainment. Sports existed back then. The Egyptians, they used to play a version of baseball where they would throw like a fuzzy ball at each other, and the priest would be holding a cat by the tail, and as the ball came, they would swing the cat at the ball, and the cat would catch it in his claws. Now, I'm not endorsing, animal abuse, but anybody can find that humorous. So it wasn't just for entertainment that they wrote things down. There were other ways to record history, too. Oral tradition, is especially popular with the Native American culture, where they still pass down their stories and histories from generation to generation. And as far as inspiration goes, they had the pyramids in Egypt, and the Norse had their big, long ships. And I guess it comes down to, like in the case of the Norse people, we know about the Norse people because a lot of us have them in our ancestry. But we know about the Norse because of their runes. We know about what they valued because of the sagas. And even modern cinema is affected by stories like Beowulf. Tolkien's works, especially the dragon Smaug, came right out of the story of Beowulf. Then, as now, people have been drawn to writing. Today, books fly off shelves. Cinema is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We've had this fanaticism to experience the unknown for eons. The Norse and the Greeks, people thousands of miles away from each other, they both invented these pantheons of gods. And even though, they did teach lessons, but they also really entertained everybody. They were the superheroes of the time. And just as good as Thor learning humility by facing the giants, it was still just awesome to watch Thor fight the Midgard serpent. And even today, we like to recreate those stories in our mediums. We've written down our history so that here in America we can really appreciate the country we live in and the sacrifice that was made for us to be able to live the way we do. We remember the knights and the crusades and the great hardships they went through. We remember the Mongols and their traveling across continents to establish their empire. And I know I'm not the only one whose childhood was defined by the truths I learned from the stories I was told, getting to know the consequences of actions before actually committing those actions myself. And so maybe beyond those three qualities, the entertainment aspect, the recording aspect, and the inspiration aspect, there's also just the fact that anybody can write, and that's even more true in the modern day. With Amazon, anybody can put up books, and indeed thousands of books go up every day that people can buy and they can read. Writing is unique. It's something that can be very easily turned to affect people one way or another by just about anybody. The Revolutionary War was started by the firing of a single musket, was the shot heard around the world, but it was ended by the Declaration of Independence. So we as writers have a responsibility to build up mankind and not tear it down. The pen is indeed mightier than the sword. I write to entertain myself and my readers. I write to record what is most important to me, and I hope that what I write can inspire people to live better lives. That's why writing is important to me. So why is writing important to you? Go ahead and leave that in the comments down below. While you're down there, go ahead and leave a like or dislike if you need to. And subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. And remember, God is good all the time, and I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye-bye.